Now at 6 on Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45. One person is dead following a train crash in Mebane. You'll get the details.
Disrupting the city is not going to send the message.
Durham's police chief releases a report saying his officers were targeted during recent protests. Find out who he's blaming. And small businesses need to be on the lookout for data breaches, what the Department of Homeland Security is saying about hackers.
You're watching Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45.
And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Cheryn Stone. Those stories are coming right up. First, here at 6 o'clock, meteorologist Montello is here with the first check of your weather on the One's forecast. And Monte, it never really brightened up, just kind of dark and gloomy all day.
Yeah, that rain moved through.
See you in just a few. Thank you, Monte. One person is dead after a train accident in Mebane. Witnesses say a minivan was stopped on the tracks between the crossing arms. Our Katie Husband is live at that scene with more. Katie.
5.
You know, downtown Mebane has been the site of a number of train accidents over the years. That includes that one there back in 2010, about a block away from today's accident. A witness posted that video to YouTube after a tractor trailer got stuck on the tracks at 5th Street. The Amtrak train plowed through the trailer. That sent a couple of train cars right off the track. No one was hurt in that collision. The police chief in Durham is blaming out-of-town anarchists for the recent rowdy protest. He released a report today claiming some protesters are purposely targeting his officers. Chris Williams has more from downtown Durham. Dozens of North Carolinians are helping to restore the peace in Ferguson. The Billy Graham Evangelical Association's Rapid Response Team headed straight into the middle of riots and violence last month, just days after that controversial grand jury decision was made in the Michael Brown case. Instead of being met with hostility, they were welcomed into the community.
From the law enforcement community to the inner city, all components of the community are very supportive that we're there.
To learn more about the Billy Graham Rapid Response Team and see more pictures, you can find the link to their website by logging on to twcnews.com and searching Billy Graham. Scientists at Duke University have developed a new way to identify coal ash contamination in water. The new forensic tracers have been tested in labs and in the field to detect certain chemical elements specific to coal ash contamination. Now, the study comes at a time when the EPA proposed to the Office of Management and Budget to restrict coal ash disposal into the environment and establish federal regulations to govern how the ash is stored and disposed. Incoming U.S. Senator Tom Tillis's office staff will include Capitol Hill veterans and aides who worked with him in North Carolina. Today, Tillis announced his chief of staff is John Marshburn. His administrative director will be Deborah Jarrett. Both of them have been working in Washington for years. Tillis campaign manager Jordan Shaw will be the Charlotte-based state director. He was Tillis's communications director as Speaker, and several other members of his staff, while he was Speaker, will also hold positions for his Senate office. Former Florida Republican Governor Jeb Bush is exploring a run for president. He told followers on his Facebook and Twitter accounts today that he has, quote, decided to actively explore the possibility of running for president of the United States. He also announced plans to form a new political operation that will allow him to raise money for other Republicans. Bush said he has not yet made a final decision on running. This is just an opportunity to gauge support for a potential campaign. We've heard about those data breaches this year from some of the country's biggest companies. The government is warning the small businesses they are quickly becoming bigger targets. The Department of Homeland Security issued a cyber warning. Andrew Sorensen tells us what's going on and what you can do to protect yourself. Travelers Institute and the Department of Homeland Security have multiple places business owners can look to protect themselves. We'll have some links on our website. Just do a search for cybersecurity. And still to come here at 6 o'clock.
Watching Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45.
The only year-round soup kitchen in Winston-Salem serves up lunch in a new location. Samaritan Ministries' new space is twice the size of the old one. That allows them to serve more people in need. Elaine O'Connell shares why community members are thankful for the new building.
Time Warner Cable News.
Tarosky says the soup kitchen will start serving hot meals on Thursday. The shelter will open Friday. It's a holiday makeover for one local food pantry. Fairgrove Family Resource Center in Thomasville is one of 4 pantries out of 75 across the U.S. to receive $20,000 in a grant from Walmart. The pantry was chosen because it had the most Facebook likes and votes. Executive Director Terry Fisher says the money will help buy more meat and fresh fruits and vegetables to put in their boxes.
This Piedmont Triad area is second in a hunger rate. Sadly enough, our children, 1 in every 3 of our children in Davidson County are hungry. So that means when you look around the classroom, 1 in every 3 children are hungry.
Fisher says North Carolina ranks in the top 10 as one of the hungriest states in the nation. According to the USDA, food deserts are urban neighborhoods and rural towns without access to fresh, healthy, affordable food. The city of High Point has 7 food deserts, most on the south side of the city. The Community Resource Network says the area is number 2 in the nation for food hardship, and number 4 for food insecurity. It's not just adults who are struggling. United Way's backpack feeding program feeds nearly 400 children on weekends.
There was a little boy I met a few years ago that he was coming to a youth camp that we were doing, and he hadn't anything to eat in a couple of days. He was real hungry, so we prepared him a sandwich and got him some milk, and so the next morning I saw him underneath the feeding tent, and I gave him a yellow banana, and he said, "What's that?" I said, "Well, that's banana." He said, "No, bananas only come in black." The child had never seen a fresh banana.
A food summit is being planned to see how the community wants to handle the issue. And your sports is up next here at 6 o'clock. NASCAR could have a new sponsor soon. Mike Solarte has those details. And university leaders from across North Carolina came together to talk about on-campus sexual assault. That's in our Carolina Minute. Thank you, Monte. Now here is tonight's Carolina Minute. Leaders from universities across the country met in Raleigh to talk about sexual assault on college campus. This is part of a conference focused on solving campus sexual assaults and dating violence. They're exploring preventative measures like support programs, campus policing, and better understanding of new federal mandates. Pain at the pump has now turned into a bit of a present for some drivers this holiday season. The average gas price per gallon in North Carolina is down 70 cents from last year. AAA says cheaper gas prices could increase consumer spending. While gas prices are lower, the Department of Revenue states North Carolinians will see a change in the gas tax starting New Year's Day. It goes up by a penny. And shoppers at a Charlotte Walmart store ran into an unexpected situation. A deer got inside the store in the university area, and a customer caught it all on video. Animal control was called in to help. These stories and more available anytime on Time Warner Cable News. Home construction fell in November. Let's get the latest on the economy now from our team on Wall Street. The holiday rush is underway at the Raleigh-Durham International Airport, and the TSA is reminding travelers to arrive early and leave any threatening objects at home. All of those items were found in passenger carry-on bags in the last month. That is a circular saw. The TSA says there have been 10,000 pounds of hazardous materials brought to the airport checkpoint this year, including 28 firearms. Officials say you are not permitted to carry on flammable items, chemicals, or knives of any sort. Some other advice for carry-on items is that 3-4-1 rule. Liquids, gels, and aerosols need to be 3.4 ounces or smaller and fit inside a 1-quart size plastic bag. World News Tonight with David Muir is up next.